The TSA has officially tightened its stance on traveling with medication for 2026, and if you don't know the difference between the recommended and required labels, your essential prescriptions could be confiscated at the checkpoint. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ for more essential travel intelligence that keeps you ahead of these shifting security protocols. Today, we are breaking down the high-stakes world of flying with medicine. Whether you are dealing with pills, liquids, domestic routes, or the extreme restrictions of international travel, the rules for 2026 have become a minefield of inconsistency. Stay with me until the end of this briefing, because I am revealing a 90-day supply trap that is currently causing travelers to be detained in specific Asian countries and Mexico. Knowing this one detail could save your entire vacation. The theme for airport security this year is strict enforcement. TSA has issued bold print reminders specifically for 2026 to clear up the confusion that has plagued passengers for years. Let's start with solid medications. You are absolutely allowed to pack your pills in organizers. Those daily flip-tab containers or weekly planners are perfectly fine for domestic travel. You can place these in your carry-on or checked luggage, but Travion IQ strongly advises against checking your meds. If that bag goes missing, your health goes with it. Always keep your medication in your personal item bag, the one that stays under the seat in front of you. This is critical because overhead bins are filling up faster than ever, and if your roller bag gets gate-checked and lost, you'll be stranded without your prescriptions. Now, let's pivot to the most misunderstood category, liquid medication. In 2026, medically necessary liquids are exempt from the standard 3-1-1 rule. This means your liquid prescriptions, contact lens solution, liquid nutrition, and even Pepto-Bismol do not have to fit in a quart-sized bag, and the containers can be much larger than 3.4 ounces. However, you must follow the declare and separate protocol. The moment you reach the officer, state clearly, "I have liquid medication to declare." Most airports will ask you to place these items in a separate gray bin for screening. Because airport technology varies, some hubs use advanced CT scanners while others still use older X-rays. Your liquids may undergo additional testing. If your liquid is in a cooler with an ice pack and that ice pack has started to melt into mush, it will trigger a manual inspection. Always arrive at least 3 hours early if you're traveling with liquids to account for this extra screening time. A major clarification for 2026. While the TSA recommends keeping pills in their original pharmacy bottles with clear labels, it is not a strict federal requirement for domestic flights. They understand that packing 20 original bottles is impossible for most. However, here is the catch. At least 5 U.S. states now have local laws requiring controlled substances to be in their original containers. If you are stopped outside the airport in one of those states without a label, you could face legal trouble. For this reason, original labels are the safest bet. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ. When we look at international travel, the recommendation becomes a requirement. Countries in Asia and parts of Europe are incredibly strict. In 2026, if you are heading to Japan or Singapore, you must have the original pharmacy bottle and a printed copy of your prescription. Some common U.S. over-the-counter meds, like Sudafed or certain inhalers with stimulants, are completely illegal in Tokyo and Mexico. If you show up with these, you aren't just facing a fine, you could be facing detention. Always pack 3 to 5 days of extra medication in case of travel delays, and keep a digital copy of your doctor's contact info and generic drug names in your phones, locked notes, or a secure health app. Let's talk about accessories. Ice packs, gel packs, and small cylindrical coolers for insulin or other temperature-sensitive meds are 100% allowed, but remember they must go through the scanner. If the ice is not frozen solid, it is treated as a liquid and must be tested. One surprising 2026 update involves hand sanitizer. The TSA is now being extremely rigid about this. Liquid or gel hand sanitizer is no longer exempt as a medical necessity. It must follow the 3-1-1 rule, 3.4 ounces or smaller, packed inside your liquids bag. Do not clip a large bottle to the outside of your bag, or it will be tossed. Instead, use travel-sized sanitizing wipes. They don't count as liquids and are much more reliable. For those looking to save space, consider using small pill pouches instead of hardshell organizers. You can pack 35 tiny labeled bags into a small corner of your tote. I also want to highlight organized cosmetic cases that allow bottles to stand upright. In 2026, the faster an agent can see what's inside your bag, the faster you get to your gate. If you use a CPAP machine, an insulin pump, or a glucose monitor, do not remove them from your body or bag unless instructed, but you must inform the officer before the scan starts. Simply say, "I have an insulin pump attached," or "I have metal plates in my knee." This proactive communication puts you in control of the interaction. If you're traveling with a family member who has mobility issues, PTSD, or autism, you should use the TSA Cares program. This is a free service where a specialist guides you through a dedicated, calmer security lane. You must apply for this at least 5 days in advance. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ for more tips on navigating airport accessibility. Finally, here are my 2 high-value tips for 2026. First, for large quantities of medication, ask your pharmacist for blister packs or flat pack prescriptions. These are foil-sealed sheets that lay completely flat in your bag, allowing you to carry a 30-day supply in the space of a single notebook. You just pop out the pill for each day as you go. It's the ultimate space saver for long-haul international trips. Second, always maintain a master med list on your phone. Take a photo of your prescription labels and store them in a secure note. This is your insurance policy if you ever need an emergency refill in a foreign country. Airport security is never consistent. One day your shampoo stays in your bag, the next day it needs its own humongous bin. By being the most prepared person in line, you ensure that a rude officer or a technical glitch won't ruin your vacation. You've worked hard for this trip. Don't let a bottle of pills stand in your way. Check the official TSA website before you head out, and stay tuned to this channel for the latest 2026 travel alerts.